Hello guys, this video will be an update on the connector I've installed recently on my T300RS Surfo base because I don't know if you remember, but the original problem was that there was some ghost button getting pushed randomly while I was driving. So the connector fixed part of this issue, but not all of it. So basically everything works fine for the first half an hour or so when I'm driving or racing. But after half an hour, it starts to randomly push button again. And what I believe is the servo base is overheating. As I mentioned before, last year, before I start to customize the outside or the exterior part of my cockpit, it was driving like a charm. I had no problem at all with the wheel. So the reason why I think it's overheating is because when I was driving with on barewood, there was a hole in the middle of the hood so the air could get out of the cockpit of the tunnel. And there was a bigger hole as well in the front. So I believe there was a good airflow in the cockpit. But now that my hood is finished, it's completely blocked, there's no hole at all on the hood. And to make some room for the servo base, I had to change the piece of wood in the front. So the piece that I have at the moment is thinner but larger, so it blocked a little more the front of the cockpit. So my thinking about that is that there's not enough airflow in the tunnel. So today what I will do, I will just start a session, regular driving, without the hood on the cockpit, and I will know straight away after an hour of driving if I can drive an hour without any issue at all. I will know it is because it's overheating. If it's not the case, I will look deeper in the problem. Maybe the fan, because there's a cooling fan in this servo base. I know it's working because I can hear it when it starts. So maybe that fan create vibration, and since I removed the connector from the control button a couple of times, maybe there's a loose and the fan create a vibration which make it move and maybe create false contact. I doubt it because it's still pretty tight. But before starting to investigate other problem, I will just drive with the hood removed and see if the problem's still there, because without the hood there will be plenty of air in the tunnels. So if there is an overheating problem, I will know straight away. The thing is, I cannot really record while I'm driving because, as you know, I'm driving on a projector, so the room need to be dark. So even if I record, you won't probably see nothing because it's too dark. And if I let the lights on, obviously I won't see nothing on the screen. So I will do this test. I will be back with you in an hour, actually in a second for you. But I will drive this thing for an hour without the hood and see what kind of result I have. So after driving for 5 minutes, the problem happened. Random button getting pushed and it was not overheating yet. So I can straight away scratch the overheating. It is not the problem. So before opening the servo base and trying to find a problem here, which can be pretty long, what I will do is I will remove the steering wheel, I will open the steering wheel, and I will have a look at my connections. I'm pretty sure it will be fine. I soldered it and there was not any problem, and it's not something that's moving, but it is faster to open the steering wheel than to remove the servo base from there and work around the servo base. But if everything is fine in the steering wheel, I will have to remove the servo base from the cockpit again and open it. So let's open this steering wheel. Well, now that the wheel's open, this is the front of the wheel. I don't need it for now. I need the hand of my cable, and this is the inside connector which connect on the circuit board. As you can see, I heat shrink all of my connection after soldering them, so I doubt problem is here. I have this wire look a little pinch, but not break. It's not broken. The white as well. And this end, the Cat 5 cable or wiring is a little stronger than this little Thrustmaster wiring here. So let's test each pin. So if I go with my little sheet here, the pin number 1 should be the orange. Don't know if it will all in a hole, yeah. So orange is the middle pin. So pin orange is the third one. Do we have any contact or signal? I got a strong signal for the pin number 1 or the orange. Let's jump to pin number 2, which is the red. And red is the pin number 2 in here as well. Come on. I got a strong signal for the red as well. I don't know if you can see the multimeter. Now I'm moving, so obviously it's fluctuating. Let's come at 0. Pin number 3 should be brown. The brown is the, where is brown? Oh yeah, brown is so I tip orange. One in hell is the other hand, right? So here I don't have a brown. Oh yes, the brown is the gray. Well, and the gray is the first pin. Is it touching properly here? So go with the gray. Here again I got a strong signal, so it should not be this one. I believe all my connection here will be good in a way. So number 4 is blue. Stay in. Blue, it's this one. Again, the connection is good. Pin 6. Six should be 5. Sorry, jump a pin. 5 should be green. Green's the last one. Again, here I have a strong signal. It must be blue or white. So the white. Just this pin. Again, here is good. 7. It's a spare, so it's not connected, and the 8th pin is not connected as well. So my cable is good, the connection are good. Yeah, so I will close this steering wheel. And the connector is also getting in pretty tight, so I don't suspect the connector to be the problem here. It's pretty small to connect. It click and everything, and after the wheel is closed, it's not moving. So I really doubt that's the connector will be the problem. I will connect the shifter back, or the tap shift. These things are pretty sensitive. These have been disconnected way too many times because I opened this wheel a lot when I install it. New tap shift and the quick connect. So those connectors have had a rough life, but now they're tight. They won't disconnect by themselves. I will close this up and I will start investigating a servo base. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I found two problems in my connector, the connector I installed last week. First, the brown wire. I don't know if you can see here. Maybe with that. And with the brown wire was touching the body of the connector, so the connection or the signal was not as good as it was. And I find out that the green wire here, don't know if you can see with the, there's a little wire not connected there, and I believe it was touching another contact. It was getting in contact with another wire, which was creating some random short circuit. So what I will do, since I cannot shrink each wire in separately, I will seal them with hot glue, and it will do the job. But before sealing them, I will make sure they are positioned correctly so nothing will touch, and after that I will seal all these connections so there won't be any movement at all. Make sure they're straight, so I will do only one wire at a time. Now let's see if it's fit in there. Yeah, it fit. Now let's put everything back together, put it back in the cockpit and test it again. I just finished mounting everything. Pedals are tight, the wheelbase or the servo base is tight, my connector is connected back, and I just tightened my shaft. The joint is tight. I just aligned everything. Instead of pushing the two buttons in the steering wheel and the button on the servo base. Since I'm alone and it's pretty far, I just I adjust my shaft and the center of the steering just by rotating my U-joint. So as you can see on the control panel on the PC, I'm moving the shaft and the steering wheel is moving. So if I put that at 50 degrees, you can see that the steering wheel is perfectly straight. Now we will verify and see, make sure every buttons are working. So first pedal or the brake pedal is working. The throttle is working as well. I will move the camera on the other side. So if I tried all the buttons on the steering wheel, starting by the right pedal shift, it's working, it's button number 2. The left pedal shift, it's button number 1. I might not do that in the perfect order, but it doesn't matter as long as I check every button. This one's working, it's number 9. This number 10 is also working. The rotator or the rotary encoder are working as well. Button number 3 is working, 4 is working, 11 is working. This one works fine. 7 is working, 12 is working, 13, I'm sorry. My dog's in the way. 8 is working. This one's worked fine as well. 12 is working. 6 is working. 5 is working. I will try the two buttons on the servo base even if I don't use them. 11 and 12 as well are working. So everything's working on the steering wheel. All buttons are connected. Everything is tight and ready to go. So next step is to retest everything and see if the problem is still there, but I'm pretty confident that I nailed it and everything will be fine. So good news guys, everything works fine. I've did a full session, full practice session, full qualifying session and a full race, and I haven't noticed any problem regarding button getting pushed randomly. So it was actually my little mistake on the connector that caused all of this trouble. So all the problem I had after I installed the new connector was my fault. I should have put hot glue in this connector before or when I installed it originally. So it was my mistake. Now everything works fine. So if like me you have random button getting pushed, because it's happening to a lot of people, there is no doubt that it will be a problem with the PS2 connector. If you're running the standard setup with the wheel screwed to the servo base, your only choice will probably be to replace the PS2 connector. I'm not sure if you will have to replace the part in the steering wheel or in the servo base, but the problem is that PS2 connector. Unless you do like me, you pass a wire outside of the main shaft, but it's a lot of trouble for someone who don't want to invest a lot of time and effort in modifying his wheel. And if you are under guarantee, it's not a problem because you can return your steering wheel at the company and they will ship you a functional one. But after the warranty is passed, you're stuck with what you have, and don't count on Thrustmaster to help you. The customer service is BS after the warranty is passed, so you'll be on your own. But even if you have to replace the two parts of the PS2 connector, it's not that complicated. You saw me open the steering wheel servo base a couple of times and the steering wheel itself a couple of times as well. There's no magic in there. You just need to take your time. I have plenty of video on how to open these wheels and this servo base. I will put all the link in the description for every video I have. Actually, I have a full playlist on this Thrustmaster setup. So I'm sure you will find a video that can help you on whatever matter you have with your steering wheel. So this is it for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification button so you will receive a notification as soon as I will release another video. So on this, I wish everybody a great day and see you later. Bye.